I'm going to do something new that I haven't done before. And it's stamping. I have done stamping before. That's not anything new at all. But what's different is I'm going to have a go at my first ever Stampscape. I've never used them ever. So I picked out the Lakeside Cove set. So all I've done is taken it out of the plastic. So it's still in a rubber sheet. I'm going to cut all that up shortly. But they're easy shapes to cut, so no drama there. If you look inside, that's the front cover, that's the back cover. And inside, it has all of these. Look at that. Now, it doesn't tell you how to do them, but you could just pick one. So I thought, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to pick one and have a go. So when you listen to Stampscapes on YouTube, they explain to you that it is seamless stamps. The stamps are seamless. So what that means is that they blend together. You don't have to worry about the edges. I'm just cutting out the stamps while I talk. So you can overlap it a little bit and it's hidden by whatever the next stamp is. Seamless. You don't have to worry about being exact and precise with your stamping. So if you're going to be doing it blind like I am today, without your glasses on, it won't matter. It simply won't matter. Okay. I'm just cutting up these stamps and I've done 3 already, so it won't take long, I promise. And remember, when you cut rubber, make sure that your scissors are straight up and down, so you get a nice straight edge and not one that bevels underneath. That's probably the most important thing for you to remember. And I think we need these trees as well. What have I got? Moon, that. And I think these trees will nearly be enough. Oh no, I might need the man in his canoe. I'll cut that one out as well. Now I'm being really rough because I'm really conscious of the time that we're taking. I'm just having a look. I think that's the man in the canoe. Let me have a look at the pictures. Man in canoe. Oh yeah, the other one's a duck. Okay, man in canoe. We'll cut that one out. Just like that. So now I think I've got everything that I need. And I will separate. I'm not going to throw out the rubber just in case I throw out a stamp. I'm just going to trim that up. That's done. Okay, I'm going to set up my thing in front of me. I'm going to take it down to the table, grab a piece of card and some ink. Now the card I'm using, I'm not trimming down just yet. And the reason is I've never used these stamps, so I don't really know what space they're going to take up on my card. So because of that, I'm going to leave the card big and then trim the card down later. Okay. So on my scene, if you can see, I like to start in the center and then work my way out. So the center one is like this cove. So the juiciest black ink that I've got at the moment is my India ink. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp like so, put the lid on, and then stamp it into the center. Now, normally you would season new stamps, and all that means is that you're stamping it off onto a scrap bit of paper half a dozen times, just to make sure that it's ready to be used at any time. but I'm just using them straight. And oh, look at that. So far so good, guys. I'm happy with that. Now if I look at the scene, if I work my way out to the side, I'm going to put some trees, but I notice that there's a moon up here and it's reflected in the water, so let's have a go. It's not stamped in black though, so I don't know what the colors are, but I thought I would use faded jeans. So I get the moon. Now I don't know which way is up and which way is down. Okay, when you don't know what's up and what's down, the simplest thing for you to do is just stamp it off onto a bit of scrap paper. I don't think there is a up and down. Okay, doesn't really matter. That's the answer to that question. So I'm going to stamp, and I'm using an oxide because oxide stamps beautifully. It just stamps beautifully. And I'm going to stamp above the trees like that. Oh wow. And I'm not going to re-ink it, so now I'm doing second generation stamping, turning it upside down, and hopefully I do a fainter one, which I do, which is going to be in the water. How's that, guys? I'm feeling a bit clever. I actually do feel a bit clever. All right, take that one off. We've done that one. Now the trees. And black ink, because so far we've done the cove, we've done there and there. Now we're doing the side bits. That's what we're up to doing. How exciting. Wow. How awful would it be if I stuffed all this up? So this, I should be able to overlap slightly, and it doesn't really matter because it's seamless stamping. Okay. I don't know where the edges are because I haven't used it before. I still like to count to 10 no matter what, and then lift. Oh, okay, I could probably go in a bit closer, so I'll see what I can do on the other side, and then I'll show you what it looks like. We'll overlap it a little bit because remember I said you can overlap it. Okay. Oh yes, 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 yes. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. Going well. Going well. Now this one. Lily grass. There's lily grass in the front of the pond. So this is the lily grass, and again I don't know which way is up and which way is down, so I'm going to stamp it onto a scrap piece of card. Yes, and that is the right way up. Alright, so lily grass, and I'm just going to randomly stamp a few in the foreground. Going well. That's enough of the lily grass. Now I do, oh, that could probably go on smaller. Some reeds. And I'm going to just twist some to the side like that. Just do it however you want to do it. That's all I'm doing. I'm kind of following, but kind of not. Now, I've got to trim that down. I've probably put them too low down because I'll trim that up higher. So because of that, I'm going to put some more grass or reeds. And I'm probably going to go there. So I want some reeds up here. Like that. Okay. Now the guy in the boat. And again, it's a really tiny stamp. Oh no, I can see where the boat is. So we'll put the guy where the moon is. Doesn't matter what size stamp it is, you still need to hold it for 10 seconds. Oh, look, 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 look. Look at that. Now I'm just going to quickly trim this down. I won't be a couple of minutes. Well, I won't even be a couple of minutes. I'll still keep talking. I just want you to see what it looks like trimmed up. All right. And there is my scene. Do you like that? Now I haven't even added any colour to that yet. So if I wanted to, I could go in with a bit of distress ink. Actually, what I might do is dry that ink off first. Because that's a good habit to be in. I'm going to go in with a light blue down here. And I'm not being too fussy, to be honest. And I'm going with a light blue up here. Now the reason I'm using distress ink, did have a reason, is because it is resistant to archival inks, which is what India ink is. So if I wanted to, and now I'm going in with a darker ink just to give it a bit more of a border around the edge. Like that. And we'll go down here as well. Because the border should go all the way around, shouldn't it really? Nice circular motions. Better do the right thing, Dot, because... Oh, yes. Now, I would go and keep playing with that and do it up nice. But there is my finished scenery card. What do you think? So, everything was in the one set. If I had wanted to, what I could have done is instead of putting a man on a boat, I could have put a bird. Oh, look. There's birds flying across the top of the sky. Better do the birds flying across the top of the sky. Where are the stamps? Not those ones. Where are the birds? Where did I put them, dolls? Did anyone see where I put them? Oh, it's over here. Yep, that looks like birds. And just zip around quickly. Well, I can honestly say that it is seamless stamping. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. I didn't have to line anything up, didn't have to be particularly careful, and it just all fitted together. So, oh, it goes that way. Who would have thunk? Oh, when in doubt, stamp it out. Okay, let's do that. And don't overthink it, just stamp. All right. There we go. or done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the demo today. It was heaps of fun to do, and I'm going to go and finish playing with this scene. Now, the reason I used Distress ink was because the India ink or archival ink, if you're using archival ink, or your VersaFine ink if you're using VersaFine, they will resist water-based products. So Distress ink is a water-based product. So what happens is, if I wanted to wipe, if I felt like that, but when you're using an archival ink and a water-based product, it doesn't matter whether you put your color down first or whether you put your stamping down first, because if the ink covers up the ink at all, the archival at all, you can just wipe it off with a lightly damp rag or cloth. Don't saturate it. And the other thing is, I thought if I colored it and then I've got some blue on the rocks, but I really want to put a bit of brown on the rocks instead, I can lift the Distress ink off with a bit of water and a paper towel. So that's where my thoughts were when I was deciding what products I was going to use. Other than that, oh, and you should always finish off, and you know, it's a little thing, but it's an important thing. I always use archival, and on your card, I don't know whether you can see white edges. So what you do is you go around and then you have black edges. It does make a difference, and it won't be anything that the average Joe can see, but once you get into the habit of inking up your edges and taking the white off on everything you do, whether it's the edge of a card or whether it's around a cutout, it just makes a difference. It's part of the finishing off that no one knows what you're doing. And there's my beautiful scene. I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you very much for watching.